I think I'm just gonna wing it and fuck it up because that'll sound more exciting.
Should have used a teleprompter. It would have been much better.
Yeah.
No, there's no time for it.
There's no time for teleprompters. Welcome, Thumbs, Hayden, Shao, everybody listening. Now, before we get to our original programming, which is basically just, whatever's come into our brain skulls over the last week, movies, real life, random obsessions, you name it. Just good vibes and curious minds over here. But before that, I want to acknowledge a couple things. One, Hayden brought a very special guest today. Hayden, can you get your very special guest to say hello?
No, I'm not ready yet. It's okay. Not ready.
I
was practicing. I was like, can I get it to say something? It's something. It's like, I don't even know if you're about to hear it.
Well, you know what? Just let me know when they're back from the bathroom, and we'll get them to say hello then. And secondly, I wanted to just say, congratulations to Shao, because Shao got a call back for one of his auditions. Yeah. And what impressed me most about this audition, for those of you who don't know what a callback is, when you go audition for something, they see you once. If they like what they've seen, they'll bring you back in for another reading. Why I was so impressed about this one, we were talking about it, is because he actually had to faint. And we got into a conversation because I had to do a scene one time and I had to faint, and I could not for the life of me figure it out. And I was working with an instructor, and I don't know, man, I must have spent like 2 or 3 months on fainting. I went from like just stiff to falling down to like dainty, like I could not figure it out. So I was so happy to hear, Shao, you got a call back for that. But I need to know, how did you do it? How was your feint?
Let me ask you a question first. Your audition for your scene or audition?
It was a scene. Yeah.
Okay, so where you had to faint, it was a serious scene, right?
It was very, yes, it was like a very dramatic scene, and I was under the influence a bit, and it was a very emotional scene with my brother.
Right. Okay, so what's different about my audition is that it was more comedic. So comedic fainting, right? When I saw it, it's more of I was asked to do 2 takes, 2 different versions. So for the original audition, and yeah, I did a classic, eye roll first. I kind of like put my eyes back a little bit, and then I buckled my knees for the first take, and I just went down, a straight down faint. And then the second take was I had a bed in front of me, and then I did a domino fall down for the second one.
Yeah.
And what little extra spice I added was my role was the mailman, so I had a little side with some actual mail, some actual letters, and then I fainted, and right when I went off camera, I threw the letters up, so like the you know what I mean? The envelope's gonna fly.
Comedic, like feathers.
Yeah, I'd call you back. Yeah, I'd call you back for sure. See, my feints were also comedic. They weren't meant to be. I thought you were going somewhere else for a little touch, like when you fell forward on your belly, and then just a little like that would, I mean, I would have hired you. I would have hired you.
That so good.
Yeah,
really good.
Anyways, congrats to you, and
Thank you,
I
sir.
will do some reading for you when we're done recording this.
Please. Thank you.
Shao sends me, when he does these tapings where he's got to submit a tape, he will get to read with him, and I enjoy it because I get to do 3 versions of the other character, the character opposite him in the scene, and it's always a little fun, and I like to try and add a little something spicy in there for you sometimes.
And what's interesting about Justin's reading is most of the time I think over 80% of the time I pick his second take. It's I think that's probably normal, I guess, now that I think. But the first one, kind of a straight reading. Second one, you add a little more oomph. Then third one, you usually give it a little more Justin spice to it.
Well, because totally you say you want three different versions. So Hayden, would you say that you would normally use my second take when when you were cutting my acting together?
Oh, okay. I was like, when I auditioned you, I don't think I've auditioned you since the very first project. So I was always just like, here's the role, do it. I don't even know. That's it. You're making me really stretch my brain muscles here
really
because I was like, which takes? I use the best bits of all the takes. So you'll be like, oh, that's part of take 1. Yeah. That's part of take 2. That's part of take 10. I usually only did like 3 to 5 at the max. I wasn't one of those people that's like, nah, do it again. I don't know what I want. Give me 50 takes. I'm no.
Yeah, no, I'm an editor's wet dream. I just do a little bit different every time and then let them pick and choose on the cutting room floor. But anyways, that's enough about that. Let's get to the show, people, because today I wanted to talk about something that's, I don't know, as I've been getting older, sort of my views on it have changed, and I'm interested to hear what these boys have to think, and it's kind of around canceling plans and just sort of how, I don't know, it almost seems like it's more acceptable now. And then we're going to get to Hayden wants to, so the Avengers movie, they had a name change, and it changed to Thunderbolts, or it changed from Thunderbolts? Right, so it changed from Thunderbolts, and there's been a couple big movies that have done this, and so why, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's some reasoning why, but we're gonna get into some of those films that have had name changes and discuss those and dive a little bit into that. And then we're going to end, if we have time, Shao's got some sort of based off of name changes and stuff. Shao said he wants to bring a surprise little game for us. So if we have time, we're going to get to that at the end.
Yeah.
But first, originally I did want to do a segment on, I was going to do a segment this week on procrastination, but I thought I would get to it next week. So instead, I want to do canceling plans, because I don't know. So like when I was younger, I hated canceling plans. Okay. And especially, and when Kate and I were together and we would make plans together with friends going out or couples, and things happen sometimes, or to be honest, sometimes I would probably just annoy her so much that she didn't want to go out anymore. But I always felt like I was the one who had to like cancel the plans, and sometimes it led to some like heated stuff, because I was like, I am not canceling. I always cancel plans. You got to cancel, forget it. Like if we have to get out of this or we can't go or whatever. But now I'm just like, man, canceling plans, like I don't overtly go out of my way to cancel plans, but it doesn't bother me anymore. Like it used to really bother me if I had to cancel plans. And to be honest, sometimes even when I have plans and like I hear my phone like doo-doo-doo, get a notification like leading up to the time, sometimes I get excited, like, oh, maybe like so and so is gonna cancel. And when they do, I feel good about it sometimes, because that means I just got to stay home and do nothing, or I got to, work on the podcast or work on some social media videos, or play with the kids, or just spend more time with Kate, whatever it is. So, I don't know how you guys feel about it. Do you guys even remember kind of the last time you've had to cancel plans? And I don't mean cancel plans because, actually something came up, but cancel plans because you didn't want to go for whatever reason, and when you did, like, do you feel guilty about it, or do you kind of have maybe a little bit of FOMO, even like when you're not there, like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm missing out? Am I alone in this? Am I alone in the excitement of canceling plans?
No, I canceled plans just last week. Hayden asked me to go over, and I said I was busy. But no, I
had
was
the hot tub all ready for you and everything.
Yes. No,
bathing suit laid out, towel warmed.
Oh, you wear bathing suits?
Yeah,
I don't.
Weird.
Yeah, I cancel plans, but I am better with it now. Meaning that if I do cancel plans, I will most of the time just tell the truth instead of making some elaborate thing up. It's gotten to the point where, especially with certain people, I can just say, hey, I'm not feeling it. I'm tired. I'm just not going to go. And that person, this group of friends will understand and be like, you know what, that's totally fine. Because I used to go out of my way and make up some story about whatever, like a family member or whatever. That's I just, and I always think the guilt part of it wasn't so much canceling the plan, but lying about it.
Dude, 100%. I think I've 100% changed in that way too. Before it was the same. It was like, oh gosh, like they're gonna be so upset if I just tell them like I fucking don't feel like hanging out, or you know what, I don't feel like going to dinner tonight. Like I'm just not in the mood, and I'd feel guilty about being honest, so I would lie, and then I would feel guilty about lying. Like, okay, what did I say? Was, like, is this gonna come back? Or so I'm with you 100%. I like that. Like, would you be honest with everybody that you're just not into it?
No, I'm not. I'm still not there yet, but I want to be. I feel like Hayden is more of a. I feel like Hayden doesn't really cancel plans. I feel like he would feel too guilty about canceling plans and just go through with it, even though he's not having a good time or whatever. Is that true, Hayden?
You're partially right.
Okay.
I don't cancel plans because we never have plans.
Yeah, he doesn't make plans.
I don't make
he lives
plans.
in the fucking boonies.
Even when I live downtown,
yeah.
when you don't have any friendship circle apart from you guys, there's nothing for me to do or nothing for Alex. Alex and I would always do things together. We wouldn't spend time with other friends. So we really didn't make plans with other people because there's no one around. So I am
when you were dating Alex, did you ever cancel plans with her?
No, never. Not once. Because I was downtown by myself. I was like, hey, this is someone I could human interaction with. No, there's no way that I would cancel on.
Interaction.
Human interaction, not sitting in my room in front of a computer doing nothing.
Yeah. So Shao, sounds like you're more of a
social butterfly.
Flaky. Sounds like you're a little bit more flaky. So how would you personally then decide when it's okay to cancel a plan?
When it's okay.
Is there a line between protecting yourself and letting people down?
It's not so. I don't really care about letting people down, to be honest. It's a lot of times I cancel because I'd rather stay home and just
do nothing.
Be a Hayden and do nothing. You know what I mean? But like I said, I do try to not now because just I think it also depends on the weather and the season.
Do I have to wear a coat? More. Oh, it's too cold.
Is it raining again? Do I have to bring an umbrella? You know what I mean? So saying yes to things is essentially what got me to meet my girlfriend at the moment. So I could have canceled that easily. I thought about it too, just because it's not so much out of the way, but I personally don't like driving downtown because it's downtown parking, a lot of these one-way roads and all that bullshit. I mean, it sounds lame, but it's just the fact.
It's an inconvenience.
I don't know what it. It's just annoying.
Yeah.
Expensive and all that stuff, but that day my friend talked me into it, and he's like, "Just go, whatever. We have time to kill before our next activity." So I did go, and good decision.
Okay, Hayden, I got a question for you about Shao, because we're on you right now, and I just get this feeling the more you talk, especially if it's a plan downtown, that you kind of like canceling plans. So I'm wondering, have you ever made a plan knowing that you are most likely going to cancel just for that sweet hit of dopamine? Because I can see it in your face, man. Like, you seem like you love canceling plans.
I don't love canceling plans.
Look at that smile. Look at that smile. Look at that smile. You had a shit-eating grin on your face when you said that.
I don't love canceling plans. I like it. No. enjoy my alone time a lot. So I don't, like I said, I don't feel guilty about staying in. It just more, especially, you know, when your question was, do I make the plan first and then
just to
cancel
it?
Just to,
I wouldn't say
that's diabolical.
I wouldn't say you necessarily make the plan, but let's say it's like, hey, fuck, man, we should head out to the Black and Blue downtown on Wednesday, 8:30.
Yep.
Like, let's go. And like downtown, late Wednesday, Black and Blue, expensive. You know, you do not want to go. It's with Hayden. You know what I mean?
Oh,
it's
yeah.
I'm so excited to go because I never get invited anywhere.
Yeah, he messaged me all week saying, "Hey, I'm gonna get the tenderloin. Like, I'm besides,
I'm gonna get there early, so 10 minutes late, and then so I wouldn't say you make the plan, but say somebody comes to you with a plan, and maybe even it's a group. So you know, it's not like a one-on-one. Like maybe, like would you ever, or even have you ever agreed, like oh yeah, but you know, like I'm gonna bail on this. For sure.
Yes, several times. Several times. I trying to think the latest example of that, but there have been several times where I initiate the plan maybe 2 weeks in advance, and as it's getting closer to this Black and Blue dinner date with Hayden, I'm thinking, oh fuck, you know. And so I'll message Hayden and I'll even give him an out. You know what I mean? I will be like, hey, like I don't know what I would say in this scenario, because I did play it up as Hayden being really excited about it. I might say something along the lines of, hey, have you seen the news? There's another stabbing downtown around Black and Blue. You know what I mean? Like, ooh,
they're going after long-haired Australians. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're targeting foreigners. But I won't say like.
So would both be targeted.
Yeah, I won't say let's cancel, let's rain check, but I'll just throw it out there as a sprinkling and then test the waters. And if Hayden's like, oh, that's true, should we think of somewhere else or something? I'd be like, oh, you know what? Like,
you're a fucking manipulator.
Let's just push it to next weekend.
Yeah, so I sprinkle in a little
next February 15th.
And before you go on to Hayden, it's just a lot of times before when I would dig myself out of the plan by making up stories. Watch out! Oh,
whoa! You saved my life.
Spider-Man coming at you.
A photo behind Justin just almost fell on him, shattering his brain. But what was I saying? I would go in so much detail about why I couldn't. Whereas if I legitimately can't make it because of, let's say, an audition or something like that, I would just say I can't go tomorrow anymore. I have an audition, and that's it. So I don't know.
So people have figured out your lies now.
Yeah, maybe.
The more elaborate.
That's why he has to just be honest now. Now he's just honest.
Yeah.
It's nice when you hit, like I've found as I've gotten older, like I just, like less bullshit is better.
Yes.
You know, like and I have less guilt about, like, I think younger I cared a lot more about like what people thought of me. So now, like I don't care. Like the less people in my life, I'm happy with that. But I don't want to spiral, because I feel myself spiraling. I want to throw it to Hayden, because Hayden, you don't cancel plans because you don't make plans, you say. But can you think of a time when last time when you did cancel plans, just not because you had an audition, air quotes, and is that something, especially if you make so little plans, like outside of time that you spend with Alex, do you feel like extra guilty, or you're just like, you know what, this is self-care, I don't fucking like whatever, I'm fine with it?
While we were talking, I actually did remember one that I had cancelled because of for a legitimate reason, and it worked out in favor, but we haven't rescheduled it. So it was with Chris, a gentleman that we've worked with many times, that he does music for the pictures that we make. I haven't seen him for years, probably since we went to Cannes last. I think actually was when we all went, all three of us went. But I do keep in regular contact with him.
That was so fun.
Yeah, so much fun. We'll go again, Shao, and you can come. I think you would do wonders at the film market, to be honest.
Oh, dude, they love Asians over there.
Free whiskey in the plane?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, baby.
And we can probably get into some parties where you get even more free booze.
I want to walk into that party where there's only hot guys and girls, and then they turn around at you.
I think, what are those three doing there?
Yeah. Oh, was it only girls?
Yeah, it was only girls.
Oh, well, let's do that instead.
I think it would probably be easier now to get in. The second time we went, it was a bit trickier because it was right after, I think,
they had
all
a terrorist
the attacks in Paris were in like February, and Cannes May. So it was like heavy like
military around
presence. Yeah, it was a lot different from when the first time we went. But anyways, back to you, Hayden.
But anyway, we just moved out here, so all the way out in the middle of nowhere on the side of a mountain. And he was like, oh, do you want to like get together? I think this was just before Christmas. And I was like, yeah. Because I always try to get everybody that is in my circle together to do something around my birthday, whether it be a short film. Like the last project we all did together, that was around my birthday because that's what I do. Last year was the first time that I didn't do something because I was working. But we had planned to get together because he's quite the foodie now as well. He actually does, well, I don't think he does it like as a show, but he's like Mountain Man 604, I think it is, and he cooks these amazing feasts. He'll go and do these hikes. Plug. Yeah, he'll go and do these hikes with his friends and family, and then he'll cook these incredible feasts just in the middle of nowhere, and then they eat it, and it just looks fantastic. So we've broken bread before, and it was a good old time, but we haven't done it since. And I was like, yeah, we'll get together. You can come out to my new place. And then I got like deathly ill, not actually dying, but when I think it was because of COVID, everyone's immune systems kind of got out of whack. So when we do get sick now, it's 10 times worse than it ever used to be. And it was sort of like the first time I'd been sick since all of the COVID business. And I was just like, nah, sorry, man. It's like, I can't do it. Like, I am so sick. And it turns out he was like, I'm the same. Like, I was just going to say, I can't do it. Maybe we'll reschedule in a couple of weeks. And that was like a year ago. And I feel so bad, like, that I haven't been able to reschedule yet.
Yeah. I'm happy you brought up COVID, actually, because that was something that I wanted to talk about. Because, especially, so I have 3 kids. So, COVID, for me, like, I know it kind of like fucked everybody's life up for a few years, but for me, man, it was a blessing. I didn't have to go to no birthday parties. You didn't have to throw them. Like, I don't mean to, it sounds bad. Okay, of course, like, you know, you want your kids to go to birthday parties and have fun and have birthday parties, but you know, with 3, it's like, and then they're in sports and school and this, it seemed like every weekend there was 1 or 2 birthdays, and plus all the kids that live in the community. So COVID is like a blessing, because when it was, you know, all the social distancing and all that was even over, get out of jail free card. Oh yeah, sorry, my kid's got a runny nose. I think it's best if we don't come, you know, better be safe. It's like, like it was it was the holy grail of canceling plans. And I'm really, it's like one of the things I miss the most with COVID not being a thing anymore is that get out of jail free card.
That's a very good point. Yeah. I used it quite a lot too.
Oh,
especially it was really strict in Hong Kong too. It was really strict. Yeah. So I really quickly, I want to give Chris a plug because it's Mountain Chef 604. Everyone check him out. Christopher Xiao. Some good content on here. Yeah. Anyways, sorry about that. Go ahead.
Hey, no, I mean, if we're gonna plug somebody, we better get it right. So I do appreciate you clearing that up, Shao. So look, I put together 5 little would you rather's because I thought it would be fun, and it's all kind of based in and around canceling plans. So let's see. And you can both answer them. Let's go. Shao, you answer first, and then Hayden, and then the next question we'll do Hayden, then Shao.
Okay.
Or if one person's like really just like sleeping on it, and you know your answer, just jump in. But I thought this would be fun to do. Okay, so question 1: would you rather cancel plans last minute and feel guilty, or show up drained and miserable?
Cancel plans.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer. I don't even know why. Yeah.
That one's easy for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on what the situation was, wouldn't it? Like if it was like a concert or something that you were really into, I would still go, even though I'd be miserable, just because I didn't want to miss. That's that FOMO you were talking about. Miss out on that. Yeah. But if it was like a dinner thing, I'd be like, cancel.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it would. I mean,
it's circumstantial.
Yeah.
I won't say it's 100% always cancel, but a good 80 to 90%.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if it's something like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity or something like that, you're not going to cancel just because you have an audition.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, number 2. Would you rather have a friend cancel on you? Free night. That's what I was thinking. Free night. Would you rather have a friend cancel on you, or have them show up but clearly not want to be there?
I would rather have them cancel on me.
Yes.
Because if they were coming to my place to be like a guest and then they weren't even excited to be there, I'd be like, why am I bothering to entertain you?
Okay, because that's why I canceled in the first place with Hayden's invite. But I'm like that too.
Because you don't want to be entertained by me?
Yeah.
I would juggle and I will do magic tricks.
Okay, you didn't say that. I don't know there's
that wasn't in the invite. Magic. Yeah. Part of the night.
But it's a win-win because it's a win-win solely because you get a free night, as you said, Justin, and you don't have to force yourself and go through with someone who doesn't really want to be there, right? So
would you ever? Okay, so would you ever, if somebody comes over and they clearly don't want to be there, would you ever be like, you know what?
Get out.
Yeah, obviously you probably wouldn't be like, dude, you're like, something's going on, you should leave. But would you ever be like, oh, you know what, man, like I'm tired, I think I'm ready to call it? Like, would you initiate just getting rid of them, or do you think you'd just play it out?
Most likely, if you could tell that someone didn't want to be there or something was going on, firstly, my nature would be to inquire, and try and get them to talk about what was bugging them. And then if it was just like, I'm not feeling it, I'm like, well, we can rain check this night. That would be my first instance, would be to see what was wrong. I wouldn't just straight go to, you don't look like you're doing too well. Maybe we should.
That's an interesting thing from Hayden. If someone drives 9 hours to your place and you're like, rain check this night, that's not going to happen. That's a once in a year visit.
Could you imagine driving that far and then Hayden gives you the fucking boot?
I'd be like, you know what? I'm not feeling it tonight. You guys can come back next week. I'll send a car.
Fine, but I'm going in your hot tub.
Yeah. You go to sleep first. Yeah, I'm gonna go in your hot tub. I think I have done the fake yawning stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Is this usually on bad first dates?
Yeah. Oh, I'm getting tired.
Yeah, most of the time. Yeah. Yeah. So, oh man, I'm just gonna have one more, maybe. That kind of thing.
I have seen you do that quite a bit, actually.
I'm having some really bad stomach issues.
Yeah.
Well, that's legit though. That's
just go and just like diarrhea in the bathroom so they can hear
with the door open.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay, we should move on.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's why I've gone out of focus.
Yeah. Okay, let's go number 3. Would you rather overbook your week and cancel half, or underbook and get FOMO when everyone else is out?
I'll go with the latter, just because I don't get much FOMO anymore these days. I'll find so much joy staying in, putting on a movie, working on my projects. There's always something to do at my place, meaning I can always clean or whatever. There's always chores to do that I always put off usually. So, yeah, and the thing is, a lot of the times I do hear about, yeah, I know they're going to place A, B, C, they're bar hopping or whatever, and a lot of the times, the next day they'll tell me how much they spent, how late they got home, and all that stuff. And yeah, it can be good times and good memories and whatever, but at the end of the day, I'll always pick staying home and saving money and being in bed early.
Underbook. Yeah, because if you know and you don't book, you could always, if you're up for it, surprise them, and then you're the man, right? Oh my God, Shao, they're already cut, like
I've done that.
Girls
before,
are just swooning.
Yeah, soaking. Oh yeah, swooning. Yeah, that's the word.
Soaking, dripping. Hayden, would you rather overbook your week and cancel half, or underbook and get FOMO?
The underbook and get FOMO. That's what I would do. I feel like I get a lot of...
It's easier to deal with FOMO than it is to too busy of a schedule.
Yeah. And I mean, I get so much FOMO these days because I'm like poor or live so far away. It's hard to I was like, oh, this sporting game was on, or this band came to town, or such and such was having like a party, or not that ever happens, but the first two often do. And I'm like, I want to go to that and that and that and that, but I can't. So it's like once a year we get to do something. So I'm definitely down with the FOMO because I've dealt with it enough that it's not that much of a downer on my brain to be like, oh man, missed out on that again. Dang.
Right.
Yeah, I'd rather underbook too. There's so many weekends because our kids are all in different things, and like I said, birthdays and stuff now. So there's times where like our weekends are so busy. Like our week's already so busy. And then the weekend, and we always say, okay, we're never booking this many things in a day again. And then it's like, but then it happens. And so somebody gets invited to this birthday party and it's here and they don't want to miss out. And then, and then there's this going on. And so I find I'm making less plans for myself and overbooking plans for like kids. And I'm just, Kate and I are just chauffeurs. So I would rather underbook and FOMO. You know,
for sure. I think that's. I think most people when they grow older, when they hit the 30s, are
easy now.
I think the 30s, they'll start picking the latter choice. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think the financial thing makes a lot of sense for a lot of people. Living far, of course. Now, Hayden, if you were, because you live across the border or whatever the fuck you live, it's just like how many days in advance do people need to make plans with you in order for you to have, I can't just be like, hey, tomorrow we're gonna do this, come, you know what I mean? Because that's one, you're working on your own projects right now with your construction stuff in your back, and you live so far, and et cetera,
like for example, I stopped by at Shao's place the other day. And we set up some lawn chairs in the front yard and had lunch. And
can I have those back, by the way?
Left a skid mark in his toilet and went on your way.
It was a smidge. It was more like a smidge mark than a
smidge mark. Probably these days, like a week would be nice. Like 4 to 7 days. If it was if it was like your birthday and you were like, oh, I'm doing something like tomorrow or 2 nights time, I probably would be able to swindle that. Like I'd be able to drive down for it.
Right, or like, oh, I just scored these tickets to
Canucks game. Metallica. I'm like, yeah, sweet, I'll be there.
And then you'll cancel. And then you would cancel on you, Shao, so fast.
I know.
I'd take the tickets.
I have an audition to go to tomorrow, so.
And then I see you on your Snapchat story or your Instagram story. What a show with some random person.
Best show ever. Yeah, I got to go backstage. You know what I mean?
And I'm out there in the rain.
And you have FOMO. Yeah.
I have FOMO.
Yeah, anymore, Justin? I like these.
Yeah. I want to get to especially this one because those first few kind of easy. I kind of had an idea of what you guys were going to say, just sort of based on how the conversation earlier went. But this one, I really don't know. This is kind of a bit of a trickier one. Would you rather always have to go through with every plan you make, or never be allowed to make plans in advance? Oh, the boys look fucking frozen. Are you guys there?
So I'm not so much of a plan maker. I'm usually the tag along guy, or yeah. So I would think, I'll probably go latter.
Never be able to make plans in advance ever.
Honestly,
that's holidays, that's going to a hockey game. That means like everything is spur of the moment.
If it's on a spectrum, I am more leaning towards the one that's going with the flow, spur of the moment. I decide on the day. If it's nice out, it's a good day to go for a run, or a good day. That's a lie. I never go for a run. That's a good day to go outside for a walk.
It's like an activity
to go back. You know what I mean? Or so outside to get the mail and come back. That's my kind of thing. Although this past year I've been trying to make more plans, but I'd still prefer to just be the tag along.
Mm-hmm. I would probably, my situation at the moment would be a spur of the moment thing, so kind of like the latter, not have advancement. But I also, because of everything at the moment, I like to have things planned far ahead. So I'm on the fence. No, I do. And what is the exact wordings of the first part? Sorry, like plan everything out.
It was fuck off. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, definitely that one. Definitely that one.
That was rude.
Cancel everything. Fuck off.
I'm sorry. It was, would you rather always have to go through with every plan you make? With every plan.
That one, I would probably go with that one, actually, because I don't make that many plans. So to be able to go through with every single one, if there's only like one a month, because see, this is why I was on the fence, because of the situation that we're in at the moment, where we're in a 3-family house. You kind of get roped into everybody's plan, regardless of whether you're involved in it or not. So it's sort of like, what's happening tomorrow? Did you check the calendar? No, because it doesn't have to do anything with me. But then you're roped into it anyway. So I have to go through with every plan regardless. But then at the same time, I would love to be able to be like, I only want to do one thing a month. So as much as it pains me to say, and pains you guys to say, I am a fence sitter on this one. Right up there.
What? No, you can't sit on the fence. It's a would you rather.
Would I rather?
You gotta pick one.
I'd rather.
There's still option C here.
Well, I'm making an option C. I'd rather go through with every plan I made.
There you go. I couldn't imagine if you weren't allowed to make any plans when you live out in the boonies like you do. But you know what it sounds like to me, Hayden? It sounds to me like you need to get a hold of that calendar, and you need to just start penciling made up shit for you. Like, and then when they go to write stuff, they say, we got this. Be like, did you check the calendar? Because I'm feeding
not available
the goats today.
The whole day spending with the goats.
Yeah. I would say for me, I would pick the first one. I would rather have to go through with every plan I make than never being able to make it, only because in that option, I could be very diligent if I knew I had to go through with every plan with making plans. And I wouldn't just willy-nilly make plans. I would also maybe potentially even sometimes wait till the last day or two before I solidified it. Yes. So I think I'd go with that. The next one's not really that fun. That's
good
really
setup.
Good setup.
It's not that fun. Let's do it.
Just stalling. Okay, let's do it. We'll do it really quick, though. Okay, Hayden, no fencing. Would you rather get a sudden cancellation text from someone? Okay, Shao picks that one. Yeah. Or would you rather get a sudden cancellation text from someone you secretly hoped would cancel, or be the one who sends the text and risk Hayden's wrath? Shao.
Number one. It's like winning the lottery for me. If someone cancels,
it's the best. Yeah.
Like, oh no, feel better or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I just have a great time at home.
Just send like the big smile emoji back.
Yeah. Thumbs up.
Hope you feel better.
Yeah.
Or whatever's wrong with them.
Yeah.
I would pick the first one too.
Yeah.
First one too.
I think so too, rather than feeling somebody's wrath. Anyways, let's wrap up that segment on canceling plans. Sounds like we're all sort of similar on the same page. I don't know how you guys at home listening are with canceling plans, if you let the guilt just drive you into following through with them, or if you just like, I shouldn't say that. Throw a set of balls. No, I shouldn't say that either.
You already did.
I'm taking a haul. I don't know. I can't. Let's get out of here. Let's move on. Let's talk about some Avengers. Yeah, let's segue our way into a different topic and cancel this one. There it is. Hayden, take it over, please.
That's a great segue.
All right, so yeah.
Sorry. Quick. I just saw your friend walk through the back. Can you just get him quickly to come in and say hi into the microphone? This super special guest.
Do you want me to? I'm an emu. What's up, guys?
Hey.
Okay. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for saying hi.
Thanks for stopping in to say hi.
I'm off to fight some soldiers.
Very good.
So I know that emu's coming back because they didn't lose many versus those soldiers. Off to war. Anywho's, where I was going to go before I was rudely interrupted by that Australian bird of mine was there's a new Marvel film out at the moment called The Thunderbolts with an asterisk next to it. And no one really clued into why that asterisk was there. They just thought it was part of the name. And then within a week of its launch, they did a media campaign where they revealed that it had a new name and it was going to be called The New Avengers. Side note, Disney has since gone on record and said that the film title actually hasn't been changed to The New Avengers. It was just a marketing thing, which in itself seems kind of weird that they would do it within a week of release, but it's working for them. So Thunderbolts, New Avengers, and it got me to thinking, like, I've had a talk with Justin before about a specific film that had a different name in Australia to what it has in North America and most of the world, actually. And that was where I was like, you know what? I would love to see what some big films that we should all know have different international names. So what I'm going to do is I came up with a couple that I'm going to read their international name to you boys. And I'm going to read the synopsis quickly afterwards and see if you can pick it. And then give the actual name of the film. So it's a little bit less discussion-y and more playful. There is not a competition against each other. If anyone has the answer or thinks they know the answer, just yell at the screen like a crazy old man. I'm actually going to read the synopsis first, then the title, because the title you might actually get straight away. This first one you'll probably get very easily. So, aggressive trial lawyer Gordon Bombay has never lost a case, but when he's sentenced to a community service assignment, he must coach a ragtag team of Pee Wee hockey players. The film title is called The Champions. Yeah, what is it, Justin?
Mighty Ducks.
It's the Mighty Ducks.
Quack.
Where was this changed? It was
Australia
Europe?
and the UK.
Europe? Oh, okay.
So a lot of champions. Why? Why would they change it from the Mighty Ducks, man?
Because the rest of the world would have had no idea who the Mighty Ducks were. When did they become a franchise?
The Mighty Ducks were. They became a franchise after the movie, well after.
Who knows? This is the whole point of like this thing is like, why do they do the name changes?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, that was an aggressive way for me to ask. It wasn't directed at you. It was more just a general like.
It's like, why would they do that?
That makes no sense.
Yeah,
like Mighty Ducks, they're the Mighty Ducks.
And then I'm pretty sure the second film was probably called whatever it was called in the US.
Champions 2.
Champions 2. Or MD2.
Champions 2. Still champion.
Still champion.
Back to back.
Back to back. Okay.
The third one's three-peat.
Yeah. Three-peat.
There you go.
All right, second one. My Boyfriend is a Psycho is the movie title. After a stint in a mental institution, former teacher moves back in with his parents and tries to reconcile with his ex-wife. Things get more challenging when he meets a mysterious girl with problems of her own.
What's the title right now?
My Boyfriend is a Psycho. And I can give you clues on actors in it and the years it came out and whatnot.
Yeah. Who's the two leads?
Bradley Cooper.
Silver Linings Playlist.
Close. Silver Linings. Silver Linings
yeah,
Playbook.
Yeah.
So My Boyfriend is a Psycho was the Russian name. So I don't know why they only picked the boyfriend because she. Can I read it in the Russian
accent, please?
In the Rusky, I'm not gruff enough.
Yeah.
The boy.
It's a hard one.
My boyfriend is a psycho.
My boyfriend is a psycho.
I think that's more Serbian.
Yeah, my family was sent there during. Yeah, it's a long story.
I was referring to you had those buddies that were like, "Can you say these words in whatever it was, Slovak or Serbian?" And then they laughed at you. Ho.
Yeah.
Not close at all.
Not close.
Not close. What was that film you did, like Mad Dogs or whatever it was called, where you had to have that accent?
Oh, yeah, what was that? That was I think
was it for a video game or a show?
It was based off of a video game, and actually, it was so. Oh my god, I'm fucking blanking on their names now. They did
Was it Marco?
Yeah. So it was what they did before they did Bucketheads, and they were sort of. So what they did with Bucketheads is what they were trying to do with this, but then they ended up going and doing Bucketheads because it was getting traction, but obviously Bucketheads has way more fan appeal than some Eastern European video game.
Shall we move on to the next one? This
Please.
is a French title of a film, and it's called Sex Friends.
Friends with Benefits.
I was just going to say that.
A guy and a girl tried to keep their relationship strictly physical, but it's not long before they learn that they want something more.
What's the other one, Shao? Remember 2 came out?
Yeah, there's 2. Is that around the same time? Mila Kunis and Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
Is that the one we were talking about?
No, that's Friends with Benefits. It's not that one. It's the other one. It has Ashton Kutcher and
Just Friends?
Jessica Biel?
Nope, Natalie Portman.
No.
That's right. Natalie Ports. Hold on, let's just take a minute.
Oh, Friends with Benefits and...
What else would you say? If you were hooking up with someone but you didn't want a relationship, you would say, let's just do something...
Smash.
Oh. Let's just smash with...
No. Yeah.
You.
Yeah.
No, my guitar is in the back, but it has no...
No strings attached.
Yes, no strings attached.
Nice.
That's a very good clue, Hayden.
Nice. That was really good, Hayden.
All right.
That was a good one.
Here we go. This is the Thailand name of a film. It's called Fantastic Emotional Turmoil.
Inside Out.
After young Riley is uprooted from a Midwest life and moved to San Francisco, her emotions conflict on her best navigate the new city house and school. Yes.
Let's go.
Justin, that's very good. Very, very good.
He's got some fantastic emotional non-turmoil. Woo! All right. The next one is the German name of a film.
German accent, please.
German accent. Das was the bloody path of God.
Okay, just regular.
Passion of Christ.
The bloody path of God. 2 Irish Catholic brothers become vigilantes in order to try and wipe out Boston's criminal underworld. Yay! Boondock Saints. I think Justin's on a roll here.
Yeah, very good, Justin.
Okay,
Can you give a little bit longer pause before you read the synopsis on the next one?
Okay, this is the Japanese name.
Japanese accent, please.
Into English. So it'd be Riled Speed.
Fast and Furious.
Did you say loud speed?
Wild Speed.
Wild Speed. Ooh, that's
Los Angeles police officer must decide where his loyalty really lies when he becomes enamored with the street racing world he has been sent undercover to end.
Let's go, Shao.
The Fast and the Furious, the first one. I did have it as Wild Speed Max.
Ooh, very good.
That was the fourth one, which was Fast and Furious. So they were technically the same thing. So good job. Okay, I've got two more. Well, one more. Okay. And then I just have the funny name for one that never actually got released. Apparently never got released in the country that the name came from. But this is the last one. If you leave me, I delete you. That's the Italian name.
If you leave me, I delete you. Ooh. If you leave me, I delete you. Oh, that's a tricky one.
Okay, I think I'll need the synopsis for
this one. I need the synopsis on this one for sure.
When the relationship turns sour, a couple undergoes a medical procedure to have each other erased from their memories forever.
Eternal Sunshine. No. Is it? Yes.
I was waiting for Justin to give the rest of the film title.
The Spotless Mind.
The Spotless Mind.
There it is. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Good job. You got all of them. Woo! The last one is the Chinese name of a film.
Chinese accent, please.
But it never got released there. So I didn't write the synopsis down, but I just wanted to see if you could guess it. I might actually have it on my phone, but it's called Super Power Dare Die Team.
I think it would be a bit easier if you actually did it with the Chinese accent. I think I'd get it.
I need a reference point, Shao.
So what's it called again?
Super Power Dare Die Team.
A super power dare die team.
A super power dare die team.
Oh, Avengers.
No.
Oh, I would have.
Oh, Suicide Squad.
Nope.
Oh, that was a really good guess. I thought that was it.
This is the one that is not at all related to the film. That's why I was like a weird one.
So can I ask a yes or no question? How about Justin and I both get a yes or no question?
Okay.
Okay. Is it at all a superhero movie?
No.
Okay.
Oh fuck. Yes or no question. Okay. Can you read it one more time? Superpower Dare Die Team?
Yep.
Superpower Dare Die Team. It's not about superheroes. Is it just fucking brain reset. Is it an ensemble cast?
Yes, it is. If I if I list off the actors, I think Shao you might get it. Actually, you might both get it. But did you want some actors?
Yeah, start just running through the actors.
If you're saying I could get it, is it Oceans?
No.
Okay.
Melissa McCarthy.
Bridesmaids.
Kristen Wiig.
Bridesmaids.
Kate McKinnon.
Bridesmaids.
Leslie Jones.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters is it.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, Leslie Jones.
The 2016 one that went nowhere. Which I actually thought was okay, but
that was fun. I enjoyed that a lot, and I want to continue this because Hayden did a couple where China or Asia changed the names of the project for whatever reason. I have a couple more that are strictly based off of China changing the name, and I want to keep this going because it's actually quite fun. So, for example, there's some. Oh no, this is even. I have a list here. Okay, so Hong Kong changed the title of this movie. In the international title, it's translated to Drunken Best Man Group. And it says the reason or comment is that it emphasizes the drunken chaos and bachelor party theme.
Hangover.
That is correct.
So
that is the Hangover. So yeah. Okay. There's that one.
That's the easiest one. The next ones are all going to be.
Well,
yeah.
No, they're all kind of. Yeah. So this one, China and Taiwan changed it, and the reason is that it's more poetic and fantasy-like title for the target audience. Okay, and so it's changed to The Fate of Ice and Snow.
Oh, Game of Thrones.
It's movies.
The Fate of Ice and Snow, and it's a fantasy film. Is it a Western like a Western film? Change?
Yeah, these are all like Hollywood
films. So it's not like
Fate
The Great
of
Wall.
Ice and Snow. Oh, they wouldn't do that. Like I was thinking Elements, like Last Airbender or something like that, but
it's like Frozen.
Ooh. That is correct. It is Frozen.
I was gonna say,
Frozen?
That's
It
a
is
good
Frozen.
guess.
Very good.
I still haven't seen that.
I think I haven't seen the second one, but I'm sure Justin has.
It's more like how many times has Justin seen it?
He can sing all the songs.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is an easy one. The reasoning is descriptive and humorous adaptation for local understanding, and it's changed to delicious food falls from the sky.
Oh, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
That is correct.
I was going to do that because, sorry, the Israeli one I think it was like raining falafel. And I was like, yeah.
So good. That's so good. I have a couple more here really quickly. This one is changed to, this one's hard though, Tiger Guts, Dragon Might 3.
The third in the series.
Tiger Guts, Dragon. It's probably not. It's probably like a one-off. But
no, it is the third installment of the movie. You guys know the movie, and this is the Hong Kong translation of it. Tiger Guts. Say it one more? Yeah. Tiger Guts, Dragon Might 3.
Dragon Might.
Tiger
3.
Guts, Dragon Might 3.
This is incredibly hard. So this is why don't you ask a yes or no? Actually, I might not even know how to answer these questions. But
Dragon Might 3.
The third.
This is definitely one we know. Hey.
I don't know if you watched the third one, but I know for a fact that Justin has watched the first one.
Just the first one.
Well,
but there's 3.
I think.
Oh, you just know I've watched the first one.
Is it a Die Hard
We've
movie?
talked about it. What's that?
Is it a Die Hard one?
That is correct. It is.
Wow.
How did you get that?
Because Justin talks about Die Hard a lot as the first one.
Settle down. Settle down.
Not an obsessive amount,
I don't
but
even
you've
bring
never
it up as much as you bring up books.
But no, it's Kindles. It's Kindles. No, but when we do talk Die Hard, you never talk about the second one, or very rarely do you talk about the third one.
It's true. I've seen them all, but yeah, I mean, not that they're not. Okay, well, maybe they're not all good, but 2's good. I really like 2 as well. But I mean, this is an OG. Like when you talk about the Matrix, you don't talk about, Reloaded. or Revolutions or
That's true.
You refer to it as Matrix. You refer to it as Die Hard. I'm encompassing it all, but mostly just the first one. Yeah, you're right.
I got 2 more here. Actually, this one we did already with Hayden segment, but for Taiwan, they changed this to this name, Pat's Happiness Script. And the reason is it's more emotionally descriptive title.
That's Silver Linings Playbook?
That's correct.
Yeah.
So Taiwan changed it to Pat's Happiness Script. And then the last one, Taiwan changed a movie to Sharp Turns. And I'm just going to say right now, it's not any sort of driving or racing.
Oh, I was going to say Cars.
Yeah. So Sharp Turns.
Is this a popular one? Would we know it?
I think so. I watched it. There's 2 movies. And the reason it says a play on sharp and plot twists. that's what they wrote for the reason. I don't really understand the reasoning, but so sharp turns.
Knives Out.
Who's in it?
How the fuck it is?
Oh, it's Knives Out. Nice. Oh, there's two.
Because you said play. Sense. You said play on words. It was like sharp.
Yes, but
turn. It was a wild
Hayden.
guess.
That was good.
Hayden, you crushed, man.
Yeah, win something.
Yeah, that was a good one, hey.
With no points involved, I win. It was trivia.
Oh yeah, the one time.
Not a competition. See, it's the.
Yeah, you were the one who said it was for no points. But you know what? I can't think of a better way to go out than on that. So thank you, fellas, for bringing those fun little games. Let us know how you did at home. Did you get any of those? Were you as quick as Hayden? Because he was fast, man. He was fast
and furious.
It's very sharp. A lot of sharp turns.
He was very sharp.
Yeah.
Just like the fence, he sat a lot on those would you rathers. Anyways, listen, if you're enjoying the show,
callbacks,
or you're new and you liked it, please like, subscribe wherever you are listening. We are on TikTok. If you want to come follow us there, hang out. We like to post some of the fun videos, engage with you a little bit there. I just want to say, I don't know when you officially hit viral, but Shao, your ping pong story one is like, it's like 84,000 views or something like that, which is pretty fun. But what surprised me the most is the amount of women who comment on that with like the little emoji with like the hearts floating around and shit. I'm like, I don't know what like.
How do you read that?
I don't know what this means. I don't know what this means given the story that you tell in that video. But
has anyone commented on my Thai accent?
Oh, I think that's probably what the hearts are for. They're probably very impressed with the way that,
I love your accent.
And maybe you said something. Maybe you actually said something that you didn't realize, and that's why people are so excited.
Yeah, I don't know. I was like, dang, and I think that means something.
I think it does. I don't see how it couldn't. But anyways, you can find us there, chummythumbs. Come back next week, and let's see what's going on. But until then, it's been a slice. Gentlemen, everybody at home, keep on thumbing.
Thumbing.
Oh, my camera's down here now. Hello?